I shared a few things because there's a good reason for it. I'm being honest here. I'm grown. I'm not into all that type of drama and keeping connected online, Facebook. I'm not into all that. I'm not on Facebook for good reasons. It's because too many people are intervening with people that I feel caused trouble for my family and put us through some stuff. It's done and over, and people should have been honest in the first place. But it is what it is. Everything worked out. But I just feel like there's too many people intervening with people that are just basically not good because they gossip, they're dishonest, and they don't tell the truth. And why would somebody be connected with those type of people anyways? So when I stumbled upon certain people and realized certain things, I thought, well, this isn't the place for me. So I just do my YouTube, I mind my business. The few people I hold dear to my heart, that's how it is. I have my family and the people I hold dear to my heart. And anybody that don't want to stand by me and what's right, so be it. It is what it is. I don't care. I'm just living my life, doing my own thing. And whoever does whatever and whoever they decide to keep in their circle, boom, that's you. I don't care because half of the people on Facebook I never knew personally. They don't know me well enough to ever say anything about me because most of the people I never really grew up around, they're distant relatives, and most of the people I don't even know them. It's like a high and by thing. Or back in the day when I was young, if there was a barbecue, you go eat food and say hi to everybody. They don't really know me, so it's no big deal to me. So I just want to say, so no disrespect. I just feel Facebook isn't the place for me, so I shut it down. I'm not even on there anymore. I did reach out to a few people that are my family, and that's it. But for now, I shut it down. I don't even have pictures up, and I'm not even on there. So with that being said and done, I'm sharing this because when I had relocated and came back to my hometown, I've been here for about 8 years now. I'm loving it. I'm so happy here. There was a red flag because the second job that I had, well, let's back it up. The first job that I actually had after the pandemic, because I was still working my other job in a different town. The first job I started after the shutdowns, I just started because I wanted to be able to not commute to a different city. So I told my boss I could have stayed where I was, but I would have to commute to a different city. And I didn't want to do all that. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to find something here since, we're getting these pandemic checks and I have opportunity just to look for a job. And, I'm going to just stay in my hometown. And yeah, so I took the opportunity just to look for somewhere different. I had someone come into my first place of work, where I started. I think it was my first job here in my hometown. And they said something to me. And I was like, why are you here? Like, it was someone from my old job. And it was a guy. So I was like, that's weird because this dude was always in the back. He was like a backstalker in the morning. And he used to load stuff in the back from trucks. And I didn't even know him personally. After the whole time I worked there for years, I never knew him personally because he worked the morning shift. He would unstock the trucks that came in. And I was like, why would you come in here saying stuff to me? Like, he said some stuff that was rude. So I was like, damn, I don't even know this guy. He was just one of them people. So after that, I ended up finding a job that I felt for my needs as far as the hours and, what I wanted as far as what would work better for my, situation at the time. So I ended up taking a different job, which was next door to the place I would be working later on. When I started the other job, which I only started because I thought, hey, this is a cool job. Like, I'm going to get the hours that I want. And I'm just starting off new here after the pandemic. So I switched over put my 2 weeks, well, I didn't put a 2 weeks notice in. It was kind of like, boom, I just started a different job. And there's a story to that, but it was all good because I still love the team that I worked with for my first job. They gave me an opportunity. It was fun and I enjoyed it. And yeah, all good stuff. But I ended up at a different place, and it's like a family-owned little store. And it's like a grocery store. Okay, I had these two people that for some reason came into my job before, and then the guy from my old job. These two people that are kind of, you know, they're people from my past. Let's put it that way. Two people came into that job and they just walked in there and walked around, and I never thought nothing of it. Everybody goes and shops at that place. But then they came to my new job, like 2 weeks after, 3 weeks after I was working there. They came in there, was acting all weird, asking me, where's people at? What are you doing here? And I said, I moved back here. I've been here for a while now. What's going on? And they were just asking me some weird questions. And I was like, I haven't seen you in like 20 years, man. Like, or maybe 15. I don't even know. I haven't seen that person in years. I may have bumped into relatives, but I was like, what the hell's going on? After that, the next day, some female's dad came in there. That's distant family, but not family to where it's blood related. They were like married into the family somehow, but they're not even married anymore to anybody. They're divorced, and I never really knew this person personally. He never knew me either. He just knew me when I was a little tiny kid because, you know, it is what it is. Like, people get divorces and you don't see people anymore. So this dude came in there telling me all this weird stuff, like how he was forced to do something, and telling me where he lives now and all this weird stuff, and asking me like how are you working? Like, how did you get here? And I was like, you know, the day before the other two people come in, and now you're coming in asking me how did I get here? He said how he knew the whole people there, that he shops there all the time, and he was like really cool with the people. Well, after that, boom, problems started. One of the people at my job was treating me horrible, to the point to where she threw me a ball and said, catch, you're gonna listen and catch, woof, woof, and barked like a dog and threw a ball at me because she had us all sitting in the office. And I'm all, you're gonna tell me that's professional? Like, you know, you're one of the, you know, bosses, and you're throwing me a ball saying you're gonna listen to people? Here you go, catch this ball, rough, rough. And I was like, who the hell do these people think they are? They don't even know me, you know? So after those people came around and came in there and said they knew everybody there and stuff like that, all of a sudden I was being treated horrible. And something odd was like happening because they were acting weird and treating me like, one of the people were treating me like crap, not everybody. So I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to move on, you know, because I didn't like the vibe. After I got a ball thrown at me and someone saying you're going to listen to people and you're going to listen to us, catch this ball, rough, rough. And there's videotape, okay? Because in the office there's a video camera, but it's a family-owned place, so who knows? They could do whatever they like. So after that, I was kind of, you know, inside I was thinking, F this, you know? So I said, okay, well, you know, I'm going to put my 2 weeks notice in, but I didn't do it yet. I was thinking it, I'm going to do it, but I'm not doing it right now because I was coming into some money, and I was going to wait till I get my money, and then, boom, I could, you know, chill for a while and find a job. So I waited till I got my money, and boom, I put in my 2 weeks notice. I went to Kauai for a while and chilled and took a break, came back. The job that I ended up having was next door to that store. It's right next door. I mean, you could walk just the parking lot over. The dude that was talking a bunch of stuff about me when it was on my answer machine and they didn't know they didn't hung up, he was the one who was telling me, oh, I'm going to go next door and buy some stuff, snacks, because you know why? And I said, why? Like, cool. Like, I never told them I used to work there. I never said nothing whatsoever. I never told my personal business. He said, because those are my friends. I know a couple people really good there. So I'm going to go over there and get me some food and snacks. And then he went over there. So after that, he was kind of telling me, oh, yeah, we're all really close. Like, a couple of my friends work there. So after that, I don't know. I just kept my mouth shut, like, cool, a lot of people know a lot of people. There's no big deal. I'm a professional person here. Like, maybe he was just saying he's going to go get some snacks. After that, that's when people started treating me poorly and different and stuff like that. And it all started when the 3 individuals, 2 of them came. It was like 2 days before the guy came. And they were wondering, acting confused, like, how did you get a job? Like, where do you live? Like, are you back here? Like, they were acting weird. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, so I'm telling you right now, I'm a very normal person. And that is something I wanted to share. A couple of the people that showed up at 2 places where I worked before I had trouble at the place next door to the place where I worked. 2 people have showed up to my workplace from the past, and a female's father. So, something ain't right about that. To me, maybe they're just causing trouble. Maybe not, but it's kind of odd that I have people throwing balls at me saying you're going to listen to us and do what we say, bark like a doggy, rough. And then all of a sudden I'm working next door, which I wanted to stay there, and I kind of liked that job, but I thought, you know what, I should have knew better in the first place that it was too close to somewhere where I felt if certain people are going to be going there and they know people there and are close to people there, maybe it's not a good idea to stay there. That's just common sense. It's nothing crazy. So I am aware of the fact that for the 2 places that I've worked in the past, a circle of people, a little circle, people that are in the circle, a few of them popped up, and nothing but trouble started afterwards for me and how I was being treated. So I'm a good person here. And that's why I was saying people shouldn't intervene or get involved just because they know people or they think they're in their circle. Because sometimes people are just no good, they gossip, and they don't even know the truth or what's real. They're just out there to start stuff up, keep stuff going, and start trouble for people that are just living their lives and looking forward. That's all it is. Sometimes people don't even like certain people. They'll just use you to play games, and, you're in the circle now because, we all don't like this person, and, let's gossip and talk shit and this and that and this and that. I'm not into that. So that's why I'm not in that circle, and I would not want to be in that circle, and I'm not in it. I've never been in it. I am a woman here that could stand on her own 2 feet alone. I don't give a shit. I'm just living my life, and I know what's important. I know what is important, and I do have a plan, and I have goals, and I'm focused on my life, and I'm not focused on anything else. I'm focused on my life and how to better myself and keep going and make my money and do the things that I want to do and protect myself from people like that want to see you down and not doing good and tear you down, whether it's verbally, and if it's not directly but indirectly using a third party and just trying to trash talk you or play games and say this and that and this and that about people. It doesn't matter how. I'm steering clear of people like that. People that want to try to tear you down, whether it's verbally or not. I'm just living my life, looking forward and moving on. And I've been moved on. So I want to set that straight. I'm not some crazy person here just putting up random stuff. I know a lot of people watch this and it's been shared and stuff like that. And I'm a good person here. I'm a good person, just living my life, looking forward and moving on. And for some reason, a few people have a problem with that. Well, that's not my problem. I'm living my life, my own life, and I'm looking forward. And I'm going to keep going forward, and I'm never going back. So, leave it at that. I'm a very normal person. I'm a good person. I'm not perfect, but I make the best choices. And I'm always doing good, and I do the best that I can to keep doing good, and I'm going to keep looking forward. And it is what it is.